but I'm going on. And I prefer to go it alone. I'm going on. May my love lift you up to the place you belong. I'm going on, and I promise I'll be waiting for you. Ooh.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey there, and thank you for joining us on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. This NBA season didn't take long to get interesting, but these two gentlemen have always captured our interest. Say hello to Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Hello, Kenny.
Hey, how are you?
Hello, Shaq. Moments away, it'll be the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Detroit Pistons. Looking at the Pistons, these guys are in the doldrums, a real tough stretch with only one win to show for their last 9 games. Hey, we'll be keeping an eye on Andre Drummond tonight, 9th overall pick back in 2012 out of UConn. Shaq, he's still a very young big with a lot of room to grow.
He's an incredible offensive and defensive rebounder, Ernie, one of the hardest box-out assignments in the league since Dennis Rodman.
You know what, though? Last year he started taking some
Minneapolis, Minnesota, our setting as we take a look at this striking view of the landmark 3rd Avenue Bridge. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The Timberwolves hoping to give a strong showing here for their home crowd. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Pistons team. They controlled everything in both games last year, going 2-0.
And one of the few bright spots of their last season was sweeping the season series in this matchup.
Yeah, for sure. Neither team a big-time contender in their respective conferences, Greg, but when the teams are fairly evenly matched, it can still be entertaining basketball.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. On the floor for Detroit, the big men, Tolliver and Drummond. Jody Meeks out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's Harris in at the small forward position.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish. And, guys, one thing you sometimes gets lost. I mean, Mike Conley is a proven winner. Remember, you go back in high school, won 3 state titles, and the one season at Ohio State led them to the national title game. So that aspect of what he brings, the intangibles, you're going to be a winner if Mike Conley's on your roster.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Well, Stan Van Gundy gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. Coach said that even though this is the first meeting of the year, he didn't expect there to be much of a feeling out period between the teams. He said, listen, we have a group of guys that can all score and do it in a hurry. I expect us to come right at them and test their defense early on. They'll definitely be on the attack, guys.
Okay, Doris, thanks. So they'll be focusing first and foremost on their offense today, guys.
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm sure they're not going to ignore their duties at the defensive end, but getting their offense rolling has to be a main concern.
And I think that's exactly the focus. I mean, if they operate as efficiently as they're capable of, defense really won't be as much of an issue because they'll have so many points on the board.
Here's Wiggins following the score by Reggie Jackson. Pekovic with the screen for Wiggins. 6 on the shot clock, and he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
And last season, an injury-filled one for Nikola Pekovic. Played only 31 games before he was sidelined. Clark with an Achilles injury.
Yeah, and you know, he wasn't even playing quite up to par before the injury, Kevin. After shooting well over 50% in each of his first 4 seasons, he dropped to under 43% last year.
That is good. 6 points for Reggie Jackson.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Levine passes to Conley. Garnett, the screen. And it's Conley penetrating. He got an advantage there off the pick. And
another difficult step back for him physically. At some point, one wonders if his whole career becomes in jeopardy. It just takes so much effort to keep coming back.
Harris with it. Now Garnett defending. Got a piece of it, and they get it back. Over to the left wing. That 3 off the mark. Pistons trail by 3.
And guys, I for one can relate to what Pekovic is going through. I mean, it's not easy as a big man to get those injuries to your legs. I mean, you're carrying a lot of weight and force around. I mean, let's hope Nikola finds a little more luck going forward as far as the injuries.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
And here is Conley after Tobias Harris getting his shot to go from deep. Now here is Conley. He has 6. Wiggins inside the line. And that one comes up a bit short.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk, angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Making free throws a big key for any team. Let's see the best in the NBA. The Timberwolves, number 1.
You can't be careless when you play them. I mean, no wasted opportunities at the line. It's a team effort, and they're getting it done.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Marcus Morris is checked in for Taliban, and it's Caldwell Pope in for Jody Meeks. And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
No doubt that the fight was there, but no matter what they tried on that night, it just wasn't meant to be.
And over time, it looked like they were resigned to their fate. They kind of gave in. It's hard to come back when you get down like they were, and they just didn't seem to have enough fight to make a go of it.
Here's Jackson. He has 6. That gives them the lead. And that's now 6 points for Tobias Harris.
You know, for the past few seasons, guys, Detroit have been a team that struggled to punish teams from the perimeter. Last year, that was not the case. They showed dramatic improvement in being a threat from behind the arc.
And here's Jackson. Michael Conley getting his 3 to go. Morris a screen. It's Jackson with the drive. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. And another 3 for Detroit.
Their 3rd three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Wiggins from outside. Shot's good. Wiggins has got his 2nd bucket tonight.
And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead change.
Too many of those to count. These teams have matched each other shot for shot, play for play. It has been impressive.
And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Garnett. Jang, he's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. And a switcher also for Detroit. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. And it's Harris off the drive, out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
And a chance here to take a look at the numbers for Jackson. He's getting around 16 points a game, 10 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Yeah, the confidence just exuding in that performance on the offensive end. I mean, really illustrates how this team clicks when guys are communicating and executing as a cohesive unit.
Yeah, roadkill is hard to get in this league. I mean, to be a great NBA team, you've got to be able to have that kind of performance on the road. Focused, purposeful, and productive. Really solid. As we get this season underway, let's see how the Timberwolves have done so far in the NBA stats. First in three-point shooting, first in free throw shooting, and they're the #2 field goal percentage team in the league. This is a team that has really grown in that area, taking good shots and knocking them down.
And you look at their incredible three-point percentage. I mean, it's not just about their accuracy, but their execution using screens and creating those open looks. That's been key.
Conley gets the bucket. Going over some of the quickest players in the league, you think about Mike Conley and Clark. What sets him apart is that he's always under control, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, he takes great care of the basketball, uses the change of speed and hesitation moves to get where he wants to go, and he's masterful in getting into the lane and finishes with both hands.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game.
Now here is Conley. His last outing, he had 8 points. Good.
You know, Mike's such a gifted decision maker with the basketball, deadly in the pick and roll, a threat to pass, shoot, or finish inside. And how about that teardrop that he's perfected, able to finish with either hand? Just a terrific strength of his game.
Caldwell Pope dishes to Morris. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to. All the assists they've racked up.
And, you know, if you think about Mike Conley, some of the similarities to Tony Parker, I mean, they both present that.